Hey kids, today we're going to do special effects and we're going to specifically do a fire effect. So instead of seeing me, you're going to actually watch me draw today. So let's work on fire effects. Now before we do that, before we start, you'll have to look at the explanations for what the effects are. And they include things like snow, rain, anything that is not a character is considered a special effect, and you're going to animate for your class assignment a special effect either for your film or just in general because you want to learn how to do a special effect. And I'm going to do one for fire because that can be extrapolated into many other types of effects. And the cool thing about the fire effect we're going to do is we are going to make a 4 drawing, count it 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 drawing cycle of fire. So let's make fire. Okay, so first our number 1 drawing, I'm going to put a number 1 here. And I'm going to draw a really simple flame. This could be a flame for a candle, stick, or a campfire, or just about anything that has a nice controlled little fire. So let's draw the fire, and we're going to put 2 points on it, one that's kind of low and one that's higher. So that's pretty simple fire. And we're going to draw a little part inside, a little part of the flame. That's the blue part that's really super hot. You don't want to touch that. It's the hottest part of the flame. I mean, you shouldn't touch any of the fire, but, you know, this is the hottest part of the flame. So be careful with that. But for the drawing, it won't burn at all. So that's drawing number 1. Then for drawing number 2, we're going to actually take our sheet of paper and put it over this drawing. So you can kind of see that you can see through it a little bit, right? Especially if you're using Sharpie, which you don't have to use. Whatever you like to draw with is fine. So now we're going to do drawing number 2. And we're going to make this flame a little bigger, a little taller, and we're going to kind of flesh out the points to be more like spades. If you have a deck of cards or an actual spade, you know what that's shaped like. So we're going to draw over it and make it a little bigger and kind of give it this fiery shape. And then bring it down, and then we're going to redraw the middle part. We're not going to trace it exactly. We're just going to have it kind of close to the same size because that's how it's going to flicker. It's going to kind of move quickly. So there's drawing number 1 and drawing number 2. So now we're going to get a sheet of paper for number 3. And number 3 we'll write down here. And so now what we're going to do is this bigger shape that at the top of the flame that we did, we're going to have it break off. We're going to kind of keep the same shape. So you'll see when we do it, we'll kind of keep the same shape and it'll be a little bit taller, but we're going to have it break off. And this one is going to get a little bigger and a little thinner in the part that's going to break off in the next drawing. And it can be a little sloppy like that, that doesn't matter. And then we'll continue the flame this way and redraw the middle again. Okay, so that's drawing number 3. Now we're going to do drawing number 4, and this will be the end of our 4 drawing cycle. And you'll be able to see how this looks below this video. I'll have a GIF or something so you can see how it looks. So here's drawing number 4, and what we're going to do is this part that broke off, we're going to make it a little smaller and a little taller up on the page. And now this little one, we're going to have it break off completely. And now we're back to this flame, and we're going to have a small part start here and the big part here, and I'll explain that in a moment. And then the middle, of course, we're just going to have it kind of be shifted off to the side a little bit, so you can kind of see how it's shifted off here. It's not exactly a tracing because we want it to kind of shimmer. Alright, so now we have our 4 drawing cycle, but here's the trick. We can continue this cycle still using the same 4 drawings. If we take the very first drawing, drawing number 1, which is way in the back here. Let's see if I can actually do this. Alright, so here's drawing number 1. We're going to put it on top of drawing number 4, and you see that it's a little taller than what we drew in number 4, but we still have these big pieces we want to get rid of. So what we can do is make another flame that's separate, the separate part, and this one, and make it a little smaller and a little taller. So you can see how it's a continuation. And then we can do we can get the number 2 back out here and have the flames completely disappear. Okay? So now that's how you can do a 4-drawing fire cycle. And you can see that when we went back to number 1 and number 2, that we were actually able to continue from number 4. So it's almost like drawing 5 and 6, but it's not, because it's going to continue and cycle just like the bouncing balls or the guys, you know, walking in place, the walk cycle. So that's our fire cycle. And let's look at what that looks like if we just have the drawings out. So we'll put them in order. So there we go, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we'll see how that works underneath. But here's the trick. That's a cycle, and that's a flame that you can have the animation on there, and it'll go forever and ever and ever, as long as you need a flame to be on there. But what if you want the flame to come up from nothing and then dissipate after you've run the cycle a few times? This is where an X sheet comes in handy. So I'm going to make a simple X sheet just for our fire cycle. So here's our fire effects, and I'm going to make this our X sheet. So I'm going to leave a couple spaces here for the drawings that are going to have the fire come up from nothing. And here's drawing 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one cycle. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, that's cycle number 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, that'll be the 3rd cycle. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, that'll be the 4th cycle. And then after the 4th cycle, we're going to have the fire just disappear. So what can we do to have fire come up to our fire cycle? Well, we take drawing number 1, because that's the beginning of our cycle, and we can put these away for now. And we have drawing number 1. Okay, and so we're going to take another sheet of paper, and we're going to make this drawing 0, because 0 comes before 1. And we're only going to use this drawing and maybe one other drawing once each. Alright, so here's drawing 0. This is the one that comes just before 1. So I want to bring the fire down a little bit, and you can see where your fire is if you look at it through a light or whatever. And then you can make it a little bit smaller. Now we don't want to draw these two guys because it's coming up from nothing. So we want to just draw this flame a little bit smaller, like this, with a little smaller blue part in the middle. Okay, so that'll be 0. And then we're going to get another sheet of paper and make a -1. See, there's so much math and animation. If you take this class, you'll be an math pro. I'm kidding. You got to take math if you need math. All right, -1. So that's -1 or -1. That comes before 0, and we're going to make the flame really small, a very small baby version of the flame. So you can kind of see where that's going, those -1, 0, and then 1. And so when we go back to our X sheet, what we can do is put 0 here and -1. So now I know that -1 and 0, that's the fire coming up. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the fire flaming and just staying there and cycling for as long as you want to do it. You could do these so many cycles, it doesn't matter. But we've got a 4 drawing cycle. So now we want to take the last drawing of the cycle and get rid of the flame. So now we're going to need number 4. So let's go back to our pile here and get number 4. It's the last drawing we did. So here's number 4. So we're going to do drawing number 5, which is not part of the cycle, just like 0 and -1 are not part of the cycle. Number 5 is not going to be part of the cycle. It's going to be what happens after the cycle is done. So what we can do is we can, remember those 2 little flames that shut off? We can continue those and make them even smaller, like that. See that? And then this flame, we can make a little smaller, but what we're going to do is instead of shrinking it down, because that's not quite how the fire works, we're going to kind of thin it out because it's going to turn into steam or smoke that happens when you put out a fire. And of course this is all cartoony. It's not accurate, but it's, you know, it'll look cool. Or let's see if it looks cool. So number 5, we're going to take our flame here and we're going to kind of just thin it out. It's going to be the same height but thinned out considerably. Okay, and then we're going to take another piece of paper and make number 6, because we're going to continue flaming out here. So here's our little flame, there's our little flame, and this one we're going to get a little thinner and it's going to start to look a little like smoke. That's number 6. Okay, and then we're going to take another piece of paper rather, and make drawing number 7. And here now the 2 little flames that broke off, they're gone. And now this can just turn into smoke, and we can have it kind of look like this, and or any way you like. And then we'll do a drawing number 8. And this one, now we're going to continue the smoke. You can kind of see the smoke there. We're going to continue it, but now it's not going to be so much on the bottom. It's only going to be near the top, and it's going to rise a little bit and start to thin out. And then number 9. That's a Beatles reference. Okay, and then we'll make this a little smaller, broken up, and then number 10. I think we could be done with this little sequence. So we'll do number 10. Make sure that everything's lined up, and then just boop, boop. All right, and then you shoot that. Now first, let's look at our little X sheet again. So in order to have the fire come out of nothing, we did -1 and 0, and then we had our 4 drawing cycle: 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and then we decided to have the fire disappear. So here's 5 6 7 8 9, and then our last drawing is 10. So what I would do is, if you have like stop motion or iMotion or whatever phone application you're using for assembling your animation, what you're going to want to do is have a little X sheet like this, which you can write any way you want, or you can use the X sheet that I have provided from lesson 7. But what you can do is just write down so that you remember what to shoot. So you want to shoot -1 first, and then 0, and then you want to do your cycle 1 2 3 4, and you want to do it 4 times. So 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and then when you're done with the cycle part, then you want it to dissipate 5 6 7 8 9 10. So then you would know what to shoot, and then when you make it into a little film, it should look like fire coming out of nothing, and then cycling, and then dissipating. How cool is that? Okay, and that'll be below this video. Now this works with almost anything. You can have something fill up with water, and then have it cycle, and then fill out and then dissipate. You could also do other types of cycles that don't come up from nothing and then dissipate, like rain or snow. Make sure that you look at the Peanuts sequence from Charlie Brown to see how the snow works. And any cycle can work. You can have any cycle come up from nothing and then dissipate. So even like the Charlie Brown snow cycle, you can do your snow, and it's always a good idea to animate the snow first, or whatever your cycle is first, and then to work backwards to have it come up to that, and then work ahead to have it come out. So if you were doing snow, for instance, you do your snow cycle, filling the page. So for instance, you would have, however your snow is going to look, you would make your cycle and it would be filling the page. But then after that, after you have your cycle, whether it's 4 drawings or 8 drawings or however many drawings you want, then you could have the snow start. So what you could do is, before you get to that first drawing of snow, you could have maybe 1 or 2 snowflakes, and then have that come down and have more come out, and then more and more until you get to your full drawing of snow. And then of course when the snow leaves, you would have it, you could have it slowly come down, but then maybe just one more snowflake come slowly down, and that could be the end of your snow sequence. But for this project, for your class assignment, all you need to do is a cycle of effects. Now remember, anything that's not a character is an effect. So you could do a flash of light, you could do sparks, you know, have those come on. You could do fireworks. You could do like the regular snow, rain, wind, and your effects don't always have to be a cycle. You can either do a cycle like I did and kind of keep it simple, or you could just animate a special effect. If you're going to have wind, say, coming in, your first drawing would have maybe some wind blowing, and then the next drawing you would have more wind, and then the next drawing even more wind, and then the next drawing the wind would start to come forward and curl and disappear, but it would disappear on this end, and then here, and you can go like that. You can say while you're doing the wind, because it helps to make sound effects while you're doing it. See, sound effects and special effects, and then have it just be almost gone, and then the next page would have nothing. So you could do something like that. So experiment with it. This is your chance to do something that's not exactly like character animation or not exactly like what you've been doing, but just figuring out what do special effects look like and how can I make it work for either your film or just in general to learn how to animate special effects.